Hey, Skol Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? Imagine this. You're gripping your remote like it's the game ball, heart pounding as the clock ticks down in London fog, and bam! Your Vikings snatch victory from the jaws of defeat with seconds to spare. That's the electric chaos of Week 5. Folks, where no lead is safe, and our boys in purple just proved why we're built for these nail-biters. I'm your die-hard Vikings fan, fired up like it's 4th and goal at US Bank Stadium, diving into the latest from Vikings news, because if you're not talking purple pride right now, what are you even doing? Stick with me through this wild ride of updates, stats that'll blow your mind, and a teaser that'll have you yelling Skol before we even hit the bye. Who's ready to unpack how Carson Wentz turned hero mode on overseas? Let's charge. If the NFL's first 5 weeks of 2025 have screamed anything into our souls, it's that chaos reigns supreme. No lead holds, no games over till the fat lady sings, and sometimes not even then. Picture this. Out of 78 games played, a jaw-dropping 25 ended with a game winner in the final 3 minutes of the fourth or straight-up overtime. That's the most ever at this point in history, brothers and sisters. And get this, 17 of those had a go-ahead score in the last minute of regulation alone, shattering records since the 1970 merger. It's like the league's on a caffeine binge, keeping us all on the edge of our seats. As a Vikings fan, I'm loving it, but man, does it make every Sunday feel like a heart attack waiting to happen. What do you think? Is this the most unpredictable season yet? Drop your take in the comments. But hold up, because Week 5 cranked the dial to 11, half the games, 7 out of 14, sealed their fate in those frantic final moments or OT, tying the most in a single week since, well, just 2 weeks ago in Week 3. And those 5 back-to-back last-minute thrillers over the past 5 days? Pure madness that started right where our purple hearts live, across the pond in London. This got me hyped, replaying every second in my head like it's game film. We're talking Vikings news gold here, the kind that reminds us why we bleed purple. Teaser alert. Our boys didn't just survive. They conquered the Browns in a way that'll have you toasting with your game day brew. But how? Who's stepping up? Hang tight. Next up, the drive that had me jumping out of my couch. Our Vikings wrapped their European adventure with a gritty 21-17 gut punch to the Cleveland Browns at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Folks, a win that feels like stealing thunder from the gods. Trailing 17-14 with the clock bleeding out, Carson Wentz channels his inner Viking berserker, going a perfect 9-for-9 for 71 yards on the game-winning drive. That final dart? A laser 12-yard touchdown strike to Jordan Addison with just 25 ticks left. Boom! Addison, fresh off shaking off an early benching, hauls in 3 straight daggers in the fourth, proving he's got that fire we all knew was simmering. Skol to that resilience. It's moments like these that make Vikings news must-reads for every fan. Can you feel the goosebumps? I sure can. This triumph? It's not just 3 points. It's history etched in purple ink. Minnesota's now 5-0 all-time in regular season London showdowns, turning Wembley and Tottenham into our personal playground. And heading into that sweet Week 6 bye at 3-2? Clutch timing, my friends, the 6th time in franchise lore we've hit the break with a winning record or better. Think 3-2 in 2006 like now, 4-1 in 92, or straight up 5-0 in 98, 03, 16, and even last year's 24 Magic. Stats like that scream destiny, don't they? We're talking playoff pedigree. Teams at 3-2 since 1990 snag postseason spots 50.3% of the time, way better than the 22.3% for 2-3 squads. Who's feeling playoff vibes already? Hit me with your bold predictions below. Yet, let's keep it real. This wasn't a fairy tale stroll. It was a bar fight we barely won, with fumbles flying and a missed field goal in the fourth that had me cursing the jet lag. But Wentz? He absorbed hits like a champ, finishing 25-for-34 for 236 yards, 1 score, and a 102.1 passer rating against a Browns D that's no joke. Justin Jefferson? The man's a wizard, taking over when the heat cranked up, while our D, led by Brian Flores' exotic blitzes, kept Dylan Gabriel in check at 19-for-33, 190 yards, 2 TDs. It's raw. It's Vikings news at its finest. Unpolished grit turning into gold. Tease for you, how'd the experts rank this roller coaster? Power rankings incoming. That show we're climbing, but with work to do. Stay locked. Diving into the power rankings post-London, Vikings news has us buzzing because our boys jumped around like it's a victory lap. Biggest leap? 4 spots to number 16 on Connor Orr's Sports Illustrated list. Orr's raving. Carson Wentz willing himself back on the field to lead that TD drive with barely any starting O-line? Impressive. And Kevin O'Connell's play calls kept us afloat on this endless Euro road trip. Spot on, without key linemen we still gutted it out. Now, Blake Cashman and Donovan Jackson rejoin practice post-bye. It's that wizardry from O'Connell. Folks, turning lemons into Skol chants. Where do you rank us right now? Top 10 potential or nah? Let's debate. Eric Edholm at NFL.com slides us to number 16. Up 1. Calling it a gutsy effort from Wentz against the Browns. He digs the split on our British Isles jaunt. Win 1, learn from the last, and notes that 3-2 by entry means 50.3% playoff odds since 90. Fumbling and missing kicks? Not ideal, but big throws from Wentz, Jefferson owning the moment, and Addison's redemption arc? Chef's kiss. Edholm's got us as dangerous, even with work ahead. Amen to that, it's Vikings pride, raw and real. Imagine facing the Eagles, Chargers, Lions post-bye. We're built for the grind. What's your hot take on our D's sack streak? 8 games strong. Brent Sobleski over at Bleacher Report bumps us to number 16. Up 2. Crowning O'Connell a wizard nearing NFL's Gandalf the White for his QB magic. Sobleski's all in on how we rallied for that overseas split, huge for morale. Wentz's poise under fire, Jefferson's takeover, Addison's 3-catch fury including the winner. It's offensive punch without relying on takeaways. And that 3-2 mark? Playoff door cracked wide. As a fan, this has me grinning ear to ear. O'Connell's turning this squad into contenders. You feeling the wizardry too? Shout it out. Who's your MVP from London? Pete Prisco at CBS. Sports holds us steady at number 17. No change, but he's pumped. Rallying to beat the Browns and snag that overseas split? Big for the Vikings. Straight fire. Prisco sees the bye as prime reset time after back-to-back international brawls. The first team ever to pull that off in different countries. Not the prettiest 3-2 start. Sure, no elite scalps yet. But O'Connell unlocking Addison post-bench? Trending up with J.J. McCarthy eyeing a return. Prisco's vibe were sneaky good. Vikings news like this keeps the faith alive. Quick question. McCarthy back or Wentz rolling? Your call in the comments. Nate Davis at USA Today dips us to number 18. Down 1. Pondering the post-bye gauntlet. Eagles, Chargers, Lions waiting like wolves. He quips, do they really want to toss Greenhorn QB1 J.J. McCarthy, ankle and all, into that meat grinder? Fair point. McCarthy's sidelined, Wentz is our bridge, but that London heist shows depth. Davis notes the international odyssey wasn't pretty, but beating Cleveland? Vital for a 3-2 breather. It's that underdog fire we love. Reminds me of 98's perfect by run. Who's worried about the schedule? Or you think we're peaking? Let's hear it. Josh Kendall at The Athletic drops us to number 16. Down 2 from last, but calls the bye well-earned and much needed after our historic 2-country tango. Hasn't been the prettiest start, he admits. No top-tier wins, but O'Connell got Addison rolling late after the bench, and things point to McCarthy's comeback. Kendall's optimistic. We're finding rhythm, D's swarming, offense clicking sans takeaways. Vikings news truth. It's messy, but it's ours. Imagine McCarthy slinging to Jefferson post-bye. Chills. You buying the upward trend? Drop a purple heart if yes. Vinny Iyer at Sporting News keeps us at number 16. No shift. Praising the inconsistent early season, turning into offensive punch with Wentz settling in alongside his weapons. Good sign we can win without being takeaway dependent, he says. Spot on after holding Gabriel to even output. Iyer sees the London split as momentum, 3-2 bye as a launchpad. O'Connell's schemes keeping us afloat. As fans, this screams potential. Wentz's 102.1 rating versus a stout D? Gold. What's your favorite Wentz moment this year? Share below. We're building the hype. Frank Schwab at Yahoo Sports locks us at number 17. Steady as she goes, lauding Wentz for taking huge hits, handling adversity like a vet. That 236-yard, 1 TD line with a 102.1 rating in a last-second thriller? Schwab sold Wentz as reliable standby if McCarthy falters again post-injury. He notes the Browns' D is legit, but our rally shows grit. Vikings news essence, we're battle-tested, 3-2 with eyes on playoffs. Schwab's got us as dark horses. Tease. Wrapping with the big picture, how this bye sets us up for a purple storm. You ready? Wrapping this Vikings news whirlwind, that London heist isn't just a W. It's fuel for the fire. Splitting our Euro trek at 3-2 and staring down a bye that's pure gold in franchise lore. We've danced with history, from 5-0 London streaks to those winning by records that whisper playoffs loud. Wentz's clutch gene, O'Connell's sorcery, Addison and Jefferson's wizardry. It's all brewing into something ferocious. Power rankings say we're mid-pack climbers, dangerous underdogs with McCarthy lurking. But hey, Skol Nation, what's your boldest call? Super Bowl run or just wild card wildness? Spill it. Think about it. This 2025 season's a beast, with those record-shattering last-second scores proving nobody's safe. And our Vikings? We're thriving in the madness. From fumbles forgiven to TDs snatched in twilight, we've shown heart that echoes 16's magic. Stats back it. 50% plus playoff shot at 3-2. D's sack frenzy rolling. It's not flawless. Injuries bite, road trips drain, but that's purple passion. As we recharge, imagine the roar when we return. Eagles, Lions, Chargers crumbling under our rush. Who's your unsung hero so far? Tag 'em. Skol Warriors. If this fired you up half as much as me, smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, McCarthy starter or Wentz savior, and subscribe for more Vikings news breakdowns to keep the purple pulse pounding. Share this with your fellow fans. Let's pack the timeline with Skol chants. Hit the bell, we're just getting started on this 2025 conquest. Until next time, stay purple, stay proud. Skol Vikings.